You gotta get these though. All right, doing this? Hi everyone, my name is Nick Panazzo and welcome to the first ever episode of Shit Show Kitchen from my kitchen in Charleston, South Carolina. Today, we will be making pasta from scratch with a very nice arrabbiata sauce. There's a couple different ways that you can make fresh pasta. I make mine with all-purpose flour. You can use 00, but I like all-purpose because of the texture it gives. Mine's just a very basic recipe. It's 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 3 eggs. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your flour, and this is called the well method. So you're gonna dump all your flour out onto your surface, and you're literally gonna take your hand and make a little well in the middle. And this is where you're gonna crack your eggs into. So you're gonna take your eggs, crack them in the middle. I didn't really think about this though, like honestly, as far as like, what is, are you good? Banks, what do you want? You want a treat? I got nothing. Go take a nap. Go sleep. Once you have your eggs and your flour together, you're gonna do just under a tablespoon of olive oil and a pinch of salt. That's good. And then you're gonna take your fork and you're going to break the yolks and whisk this together in the middle. And as you whisk it, it's going to pick up a little bit of flour. If it drips over the edge, that's fine because you're gonna be putting this together by hand anyway. You can kind of take your fingers, dump in a little bit of flour. If you need to reshape your bowl a bit, you can take some from one side, put it to the other. You know, stress relieving. You have a bad day, so like, oh, you know, my girlfriend broke up with me, my dog took a shit in my room. Think about this. Why would you pay $150 an hour to go to therapy when you could just make pasta? So now's about the time where you can kind of mix all the flour in, just throw it in on top, do one little mix, kind of bring it all together, get the stuff off your fork, and you take it together with your hands and you kind of form like a loose dough. So once you get it to like a loose dough like this, you can start kneading it into a ball. So you're gonna take your hand on the back, fold it over, turn it 90 degrees, and fold it over again. And you're just gonna repeat this motion as often as you can for a long time. It's gonna take a while. If you skipped the gym this morning, good for you. This probably won't be as bad. If you did go to the gym this morning, this might suck a little bit. Once you have your ball formed, press into the top. When you see it start to spring back, that's how you know that your dough is done. So we'll take this, put a little plastic wrap on it, and then let it sit for about 20 minutes or so. Cool, good break. We're gonna take our flour, sprinkle a little bit out on the surface here, and then with your knife, that I can't find because I didn't put anything out, cut off a little slice, and right here, this is what you're gonna make your noodles with. Press it out, take a little flour, dust it on both sides so it doesn't stick to your machine, and once you get it to about here, you can roll it through. We'll take one run through the pasta roller, and once you get it to about here, we're gonna fold it in thirds, like this, and then we'll run it through again. You're gonna wanna do this on every layer, and you bring it up a notch. You always start with your widest setting, and then you go to your smallest, because you don't wanna squeeze all the shit right out, and it looks like silly putty or you're pulling taffy or something, and it's not great. This is about the level of thinness that you want, so you can see your fingers through it. So it's like, it's kind of cute. It's like a little scarf. See, another great reason to make pasta. You can make pasta around the holidays. It doubles as a scarf. A lot cheaper than say going to like TJ Maxx or something. No free ads, but you know, maybe sponsor me. maybe sponsor me, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. So now that you have it here, this is kind of where you decide what length you want your noodles to be. So I'm gonna go right down the middle, cut this thing in half. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your rolled out pasta and you're going to run it through your cutter so it's in even pieces. Very nice, nicey nice, there it is. Boom, there you go, fresh pasta. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna toss it in this bowl here, and you're gonna toss just a tiny bit of flour in there. This is important because if you don't toss all of your noodles in the flour, they're gonna stick together, they're gonna get gummy, and you're gonna have shitty shit. So now we're going to make our arrabbiata sauce for our pasta from scratch. And basically what an arrabbiata is tomato sauce that's got a shit ton of crushed red pepper, chili flakes, whatever you want to call it in there. The word arrabbiata actually means angry in Italian. And it's a spicy sauce, it's an angry sauce. Put it over medium heat, and we're gonna add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of nice olive oil. I'm gonna drop this in right here. One of the rules when you're making pasta all'arrabbiata, don't get lost in the sauce. It's pretty simple. You keep your composure. Chop our onion, just do a quick dice. If you're gonna make pasta, people are gonna love it, you're gonna be praised for it, maybe you'll write a cookbook, who knows? The bottom line is, if you make pasta, people will be happy. Always remember, you're gonna wanna reserve about a half a cup to a cup of your pasta water. Don't show people that I use canned garlic. Stir this around a little bit, get your chili and your garlic moving. Rejuvenating. Now's about the time where you're gonna take your onion, toss that in, and you're gonna wanna cook this down with your chilies and garlic. Now is about the time where your pasta's done, so you're gonna grab your pot, grab your strainer, and you're gonna dump this out in your sink. Personally, I like to make the noodles ahead of time and add them into the sauce when the sauce is done. That's just a preference of mine because I like them to kind of regain a little bit of their integrity and have a little bit more bite to it once it cools off. Once you're about to this point with your chilies, onion, and garlic, you're gonna take your can of tomatoes, make sure they're peeled tomatoes because you don't want skins in your sauce. And you're gonna dump that right in. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna crush these with your spoon. You can do it by hand, but basically you wanna get all that juice, all that meat out of these tomatoes and let those cook down a little bit. The next step is you're going to take your basil, you're gonna chop that up a little bit, throw in your oregano, you're gonna take some chicken stock, you're gonna add in about a 1/4 cup. Just because it's not the traditional way to make it, doesn't mean you can't do that. So yeah, I throw basil and oregano in my arrabbiata sauce. Is it traditional? No. Does it need to be? No. Will you get yelled at by some old grandma in Italy? Probably, but she's not here. You're gonna let that cook down for about 15 to 20 more minutes. Mr. Banks, fix your ear. Now this has been simmering a little bit, you take this off. And I'm a big fan of tossing your pasta in your sauce. So we take our cooled pasta from earlier and mix this around just a little bit. Get some on yourself, a little bit of sauce. Anyways, so once that's well incorporated, you're gonna take it out with your tongs. And this is a trick that I learned. Instead of twirling your pasta, you'll take it, you stick it in the bowl, and as you lower it, you turn the bowl instead of twisting your pasta. Boom, there's your nest. I'm a big fan of sauce. Some people aren't, but take a little bit, spoon a little more sauce. Take a little pecorino, just grate that right over the top. Just like a gentle snowfall. It's Christmas. Except for it doesn't snow in South Carolina, so thank goodness I'll be in Michigan soon. Look at this. That's a good looking pasta right there. Like that, I would eat this right now, and I'm going to. And I'm gonna tell you how good it is. It's not cold. Tastes really good though. Why did I do that again? Oh, all right. All right, this has been Shit Show Kitchen, episode 1 of season 1. This is Banks. He's my dog. He's heavy. Oh my God. That's a wrap. We did it. We did it.
Yay!
Number 1. Number 1's done, right? Are we happy? Are we happy, Banks? We're happy.